Hi everyone, the wallet I'm sharing with you today from the beginner request. So take a longer. Here I cut the two interfacing and the size is 8" and 3/4 of an inch square. I round the corner with an 1.25" with four sides. And so you fold it together like that, and so you can cut the one side first and then go to all corners. This is beginner friendly tutorial, so a little long, but if you want, you can do whatever you want, skip forward or whatever. After I cut this, I cut two fabric in here that is 9" by 9", and I'm gonna place each interfacing in the back side of the main fabric and the lining fabric. So do the same thing to the lining. After that, you're gonna round the corners like 1/4 of an inch, just like all around. This wallet is many beginner requests, and I have to find the easiest way to share. So now you go into place on the lining and then you trim around. You just want to make sure everything line up, because this is you're working with the zipper around. So make sure everything is even. Now you're going to use the main fabric. I use the Japanese fabric today, and it's beautiful for this wallet. I fold it in half so I can mark the center. This tutorial is very detailed, so pay attention if you're a beginner. So from the center to the left and the center to the right, I mark 1/2 inch on each, and then on this side also the same. This is to show you where to place the zipper. I have this zipper around, I think it's 24 inches long, and I didn't use it for a very long time. So you see that the zipper slider and the end right there. I'm going to start from the end first, and then place right there with the metal. I go over a 1/2 inch. You can see the chalk, that where I mark that the center, and then the 1/2 inch away from that. Place the right side of the zipper always facing down to the right side of the fabric. So that way I mark it, so I'm easily to show me where to sew. So the center, that where the clip, and then the 1/2 inch next to it. I have to know exactly where I place it. And then clip around. When you go to the corners, you make sure you go to cut around so it go down smoothly. It's not bending or anything. You want it to lie down flat. And now you're gonna around this side and then go like halfway. You can use different kind of zipper, any zipper in the row. If you want to use that, feel free to do that. But I'm gonna go to the halfway. I go to the corners. I'm cut again so it goes down smooth. Make sure you hold your finger down and flat it down. And now that the halfway, and the 1/2 inch away right there. That way I stop. And now I'm gonna start sewing. That the 1/2 inch away from the center, I sewed it down all the way. I use the zipper foot. That's very easy to sew zipper. Now you see that I told you when I sew, I take all the clip away, because I just want to show you how to sew this. Zipper foot is very easy to work with the zipper, and it's the best presser foot to use when you afraid of the zipper. I know I used to say the zipper have a lot of teeth, but it won't bite you. Now go around the corners. You need to take your time and go little at the time, because you don't want to sew too close to the teeth. I get into half an inch away from the center where I mark. I'm gonna stop right there. Okay, so I bring it down to show you. Now you're gonna open the zipper all the way, and now you're gonna turn. You're gonna turn that zipper like that, facing that out, so then the side of the zipper, the teeth facing in, and the side of the zipper, it facing up, so you can sew the other half all around. Make sure it's lie down smoothly, like that. And now you're going to start sewing. But when you sew, you're gonna start sewing half an inch away from the center that you mark, just like from the beginning. Now place it around. I just want to show you. Remember, you gotta do when you go to the sewing machine. Don't pay attention to that mark. I mark it by accident. So now I'm gonna sew all the way down to that side. And now on that, before you sew on the sewing machine, you're gonna go and bend this up. So that will round the corner nicely for you. So at this point, you can use hand sew, and you can sew that before you use the sewing machine. So that way, when the zipper go around the corner of the wallet, it flat down nicely. Now you have an idea what it looked like, right? When that's the corner of the wallet. So feel free to sew on top of that, because you're gonna sew on sewing machine anyway. So okay, so that is one side. And now the other side, you're gonna do exactly the same. You're gonna turn that, hold your finger right on the top, and then you can just turn that, pull that over, and make sure that the teeth on both sides is touching like that. So when the zipper go and pull, it doesn't have a space in between. It's gonna touch like that. Now you're gonna sew that in the same. This is very detailed. This is good for the beginner, and it's have a lot of beginner ask me to do this wallet, and I'm sorry for the wait. Now cut the extra away. So on the other side, there's the zipper slider. Just hand sew that area. You'll be able to do that. Just push all the way in, and then you're going to sew about a quarter up, and then there's room there. Because I don't want the needle to go through that zipper. But if you want, you can cut an extra at the end of the zipper slider if you want to. But I think there's no problem. At this little area right here is only an inch. Use hand stitch and stitch that area. Now we're going to make the cap slot. So I cut in two of 9 inches by 18, and I iron the lightweight interfacing on both of them the same side of the fabric. So I'm gonna show you one, and the other one you're gonna do exactly the same. So we need two, one on each side. The first one I have 3.5, and then 2 1/4, and then 1 3/4 of an inch, 2 1/4, 1 3/4 of an inch, 2 1/4, 1 3/4 of an inch, 2 1/4. Now the rest is extra right there. Estimate about half an inch. The bottom one, you do exactly the same at the top one. so you can connect the line for your folding. Now connect the points on the top and the bottom. That for you to see where you fold. Very easy. You can just fold the first one you want. You can cut the two ends on each point, so like that. So when you fold, you know exactly where it is. Now follow the video. Now when I get to the last fold, the two ends meet together perfectly like that. That's what you want. And now you're going to see, you're going to take it out and flap it up like that. The three folds right there, you're going to top stitch or three. And then after you top stitch, I just want to show you right now so I don't have to come back. After you top stitch all that three folds right there, you're gonna divide this into two, so that's 4.5 inches, and that for the card slot. And so you can connect this point after you top stitch the fold. So everyone, after I sew, you can see the three fold and then the center. Now you're going to place the right side facing the right side. Make sure everything is lined up. Remember, you have the second piece, you have to do exactly the same. Quarter up and in, sew that line. So now after I sew, I'm gonna inside out. Make sure you press on the sew line and you iron it. You're gonna top stitch the top fold. Now you have to, we're going to add on the lining piece. The lining piece, we're going to do exactly the same with this. We're gonna fold it in half so we can mark the center. So from the center to the left and center to the right, you mark a quarter of an inch. And now you're going to place the card slot on. Make sure the opening space is facing to the curve. just like so, and start place it on the 1/4 inch just like that. Make sure you clip it all down. Now you're going to sew, you're gonna sew about 1/8 of an inch, so on the side, the bottom, and the side. Now after I sew, you can see something like this, and that's exactly what the wallet look like from the inside. Now you're gonna bring back the main side. Make sure the zipper pull and the end of the zipper facing at the center of the lining where you left the space right there. Clip all around. Everything will line up for you if you cut it right. Some people like to pin, some people like to clip, so whatever you feel comfortable. Make sure when you get into the corners, put your finger in there and slide it down flat. You see, I pull it there. You put your finger in there, you can feel it. The zipper is right there, and then you're gonna flat it down and clip it. So after you clip around, you're going to mark about 4 inches for the opening space because it's thick, so you leave it bigger. It's easy to inside out. Follow the interfacing and you sew all around and leave that 4 inches open. So now everyone after I sew all around, I can go and trim the thick area where the wallet, the card slot. But in the area that you leave it open, don't trim at that area. You want to leave it open. And cut around if you want to, trim around so it's not too thick. Slide in the scissor right in there and then cut the side where we have the cap slot. And at the corner, do that. If you have pinking shear, use it. Go around. And that thick area right there, I'm going to cut. Okay, so now you're going to inside out. One thing I want to tell you at the when we leave the space opening, you're gonna bast it a few times because when you pull like this, you don't want to rip the fabric. Now this is what it look like, and I'm cutting here this 2 fabric for the zipper pocket, and the size of this 2 is 6 and 3/4 of an inch by 8 inches, not 8 1/2. Everyone, don't pay attention to that. And then I also have 2 5 inches wide and 7 inches long. Fold the 7 inches in half on both pieces, and then you go into sew. You sew, you leave about an inch or so open, sew a 1/4 of an inch, and then the other piece is exact the same. This one right here, I'm gonna add the zipper. I have the 8 inches zipper. Usually when they say 8 inches, it starts from the middle to the zipper pull, not the 8 inches. I cut the center so I know where I place the zipper. Fold the fabric in half also. Place the right side facing down. As you can see, I iron the lightweight interfacing on 4 pieces to help it stronger. Again, don't pay attention to the number that I wrote down there. Just pay attention to the number I wrote on the screen, not on the fabric of this piece, because I reuse the interface and that's why. Anyway, so sew a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, sew this together. So now after you sew them together, you flap it on the side. And at this time, if you want to top stitch, you can. If you don't. So I top stitch on that side anyway. And then I flap the right side up on top of that zipper right there, facing the wrong side out. And then you turn into the other side, facing the right side. Now at this time, the the wrong side of the fabric or facing out. After you clip them all together, you're going to sew a 1/4 of an inch. Now after I sew, I'm going to inside out. So then I have the zipper pocket. So you're going to press and iron it, and then you top stitch the other side. So after I top stitch this side too, and both sides are top stitched, you're going to cut that extra away. And then you're going to sew the 2 ends so it can stay down. Now with the small piece right there, you're going to trim on the fold that you sewed earlier. Press and iron, inside out, press and iron. Now after this, you're going to top stitch on the opening space, and then also the long piece, you're going to sew very close to end. Now after I sew the ends and then the two, you're going to fold it in half. You make sure you iron it so you can have the line there for you, and then the half to half, so basically you fold it into 4. This is very easy, and I go very slow, step by step, so everyone can see, and especially the people who request me to do this one, beginner. So just do the second piece exactly the same, because we have 2 sides with a zipper pocket right there. Now you're going to sew on the first 2 fold on the sides. You're going to sew that side, this side, and then that one and this one. So everyone, after I sew on the side, I'm gonna place the center fold right on the side of the zipper pocket. You're gonna clip it down so you can sew it together. Go the other way like that. And you can see the 2 sides flapping out like that. Make sure you clip it very close to the side of the pocket. Sew a 1/4 of an inch seam allowance, sew both sides together. Now after I sew both sides, it's gonna look like this. You bring back the wallet that you're going to place this on the wallet so you can sew this on. When you place it in here, you can see very easy. I'm showing you one again. I'm gonna clip everything down so you can see that the top pocket right there with the top line, that side, it meet together perfectly like that. I'm gonna clip it down so you can see what it look like, but when I sew, I'm gonna take the clip out. See, you're gonna make sure you stretch this up and make sure that line up the top piece of the zipper pocket go to meet the line of the cat slot right there. And now that side, and then you go into the other side, you do the same thing. You're gonna make sure it line up. It's going to line up if you cut perfectly. Make sure you write down the measurement on the screen. Now I clip this side too. And after you sew on this side, you pull in this down. I just want to show you what it looked like. So fold it down, and then I do the sewing. After I finish sewing that side, I go to this one. But when you do it yourself, you don't need to clip it. You can just hold your hand right there and then you sew. So then this side, gonna pull it down too, so you can sew. So right down there. And when you sew, you won't see the sew line when it closes. So make sure it's like that. This is very easy, relax. And the video, a long video, but it's perfect for beginners. Now this is what it looked like. And on the top where we left it open, at this point you can sew to close it too. All right, so now I'm showing you how to sew this. You see, I just show you what it looked like. But when you sew, you don't need to clip. Now you're gonna hold these two together, make sure it's like that, and then just sew like this. Just sew both together. Make sure it's very close to the side like that. Don't sew on the zipper. I use a long needle because it's thin and it doesn't hurt my hand, my finger. So make sure you check in my description box. I share the link there too. Don't use a thick, short needle because it hurts your finger at the end. Now I sew exactly like this to the other three sides. I show you this one, but you do the other three. The video is really long today. It's just because this is for beginners. And if you have to fall asleep, go for it. After I finish, you see how it folds? You don't see the sew line. It folds in for you nicely. So I use the string here, slide through the zipper. It's just a little something I like to do. And then I'm gonna make like bunny ear and then tie the knot. That's for you to hold and to pull the zipper too. So this is 8.25 inches, go down 4 inches. Really good size. And that tag I order online. So I just iron on my wallet. Very easy at the end. Just iron on it. And I just can put the phone in there. And other credit card if you have, you can just put it in there. I don't think I have that much of credit card. And you can put many things you want. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for the people who join my channel membership and my subscribers. Every one of you, I really appreciate your support. Love you. Stay safe, everyone.